Hey, what's going on? It's Coach P checking in. So, this is an add-on from Simit Fitness's blog, his YouTube channel. I just happened to be cooking while it was going on. So, I'm going to fill you in. I got some eggs right here, okay? Notice you're going to see the, they actually get 8 acres to go ahead and roam around. So, that's part of the peace of mind right there. Tomato, spinach, I got mushroom. This is going to be an add-on from what Simit Fitness happened to put on his channel. Talking about social media and why our smartphones are pretty much making us as the human race, as human beings, dumber, ignorant, useless in some fashion, although there's many positive things. So this video is going to be one of those positive aspects that social media is able to provide. And part of what that's going to be about is just spreading the positivity, right? Like, there's so much negative stuff going on that people actually are starting to believe that only negative things happen in the world. Couldn't be further from the truth. Nope, couldn't be further from the truth. So we got some coconut oil, right? You want to cook with some healthy fats. So olive oil does not work very well with eggs. Just doesn't go well. I found that over and over. Tim Ferriss is one of the ones that kind of was able to accelerate my growth from one of the books I read of his. I actually just ordered the 4-Hour Work Week, trying to just get better every day. Right now reading Regarding Amelia. Shout out to my Cuban, Dominican, and Spaniard friends. I appreciate you for putting me on that book. One of the guys took a tour out in Spain. His name is Sebastian. He wrote that book about his mother, Regarding Amelia. Very interesting. I'm at chapter 8 right now. Read about 64 pages in one sitting, which is for me pretty rare. But I'm looking to get better, right? I'm looking to get better. So we're going to go ahead and start with the mushrooms. Here's a quick tip for mushrooms, right? I got the paper towel in there. It actually helps dry it out. You notice how mushrooms get nice and slimy a little fast? The paper towels or a paper bag, which is really what you want to put it in. You really want to put in a paper bag, is going to go ahead and slow down that process. So here's what we got here. Checking the rate of this. Okay, these are good. Voila. So I'm going to wash this off. Boom. Quick tip, coconut oil has a higher temperature as for when it starts to fry. Boom. So when that happens, go ahead and take it off the flame. Olive oil does take a little longer to reach its peak temperatures. Coconut oil, one of the fastest, okay? I think avocado oil is somewhere in the middle of that. So we got that there. Go ahead and put my paper towel back in. Try to keep these mushrooms fresh for 1 to 2 more days. You really want to kind of get rid of them by then. Outside of that, tomatoes. We're going to go ahead and get the slice. So we threw some side cuts, right? Now we just come from the top. It's going to make nice, perfect little big chunky. Notice that right there. Big chunky little tomato slices. Makes the job easy. Keeps it nice and shaped and sophisticated. I'm going to do one more little slice. Okay, boom. We're looking good right there. So, social media, how can it be positive? And why is it making us dumber? It's making us dumber because, one, we're unable to control the intake, the use, how much we're on social media. That's one of the biggest things right there. You know, it is important to understand one of these facts. Ready? One fact. They use the same systems with social media that they use for gambling. So notice how your uncle, or maybe even yourself, is addicted to gambling when you go to the casinos. You know, you out there, you losing your rent money. You're wondering, logically why this doesn't make any sense, or why you're going to go ahead and blow your money, but you keep doing it anyways. That same addictive nature is really coming into the world of social media. That's why they had Steven Zuckerberg? Mark Zuckerberg. That's why they had Mark Zuckerberg up in the Supreme Court, looking to pretty much crucify him because they use some of the same technology from the casinos with Facebook, and they are able to prove this right now. So, boom, I got that going. I'm actually going to make a sandwich to go, and I make my breakfast at the same time. I'm going to turn the heat down. So that's one fact about social media, right? And here's what I do with my sandwich. I got the Dave's Killer Bagels, one of my favorite. You see that there. Okay. I like the everything ones. Boom. We'll go ahead and put this in the toaster. Boom. Recycle, people. Recycle. One trash can for recycle, one trash can for the trash. I got to put this in this bag. Okay. All we got left is the spinach and the avocado out. I'm going to get a couple seasonings. This is ready to go ahead and crack some of these eggs. I like to just go ahead and one time, Grandma taught me that, right? One time crack in the center. You know, don't be afraid to hit it. Get a good little crack. Get a good little crack. Ready, one? Bang. It's real simple. You're not sitting there beating the egg on the side of the frying pan. Bang. So I usually go with 6 eggs off the rip. I usually could split that between 2 egg sandwiches to go, which allows me to keep moving. And then I go ahead and have 2 of those eggs right here at the moment, like fresh as can be, right? And you know, reason I'm able to do that and still suffice with how much I am consuming is because of the extra veggies. So I usually use a lot of vegetables, and it does keep me ahead of the game. I get my nutrients, my vitamins, my minerals, and I get to go ahead and get a variety of that because I always switch up my veggies. So here's what we're looking at. I got the eggs in. Turn the heat up to about medium high. That's gonna crack. One of the things I would do, go ahead and get some aluminum foil. Bang, one sitting right there. Already got 1 egg sandwich done, so I'm actually gonna have 3 eggs for breakfast. I'm gonna have 3 eggs and this sandwich. Let me show you what that looks like. Boom, I got 1 done. Didn't actually eat this yet, so had an extra one. There goes the wind of San Diego. Got a little bit of spinach. Bang, bang, bang. Voila. Let's get that spinach in there. So clean it up while you cook. It saves you so much time. If you're anything like me, when you finish cooking, you want it just fresh, off the hot plate. You want to keep it, again, as fresh as can be, right? Avocado's going to go ahead and spread that on the toast. Let me get some salt, pepper. I have been rocking with the crushed red pepper for a little while. There goes the toast. So I like to do that one early, right? Because what it allows me to do is wrap that up and have the toast, which is also Dave's Killer Bagels, right? What's that one? The 21 whole grains and seeds. One of the ways I get my grains and my seeds in. I'd rather pay that extra buck knowing that I'm investing in my health, right? Boom. Another positive aspect of social media. We could talk about health. We could talk about positivity. We could talk about healthy foods. I could show you the process of how I'm cooking. How am I saving money with 2 egg sandwiches to go, right? The shrimp that I have in the fridge that I'm going to eat before I leave the house today with the sweet potato baked up. Spicy shrimp. We got the nutmeg and honey drizzle off the top of the sweet potatoes. Baked them in this very oven here. So, you know, that's the second thing that's positive about social media, that we can and we have the ability to go ahead and use for good in the world. So I really want to make an active effort to start getting on this a little bit more, not worrying about perfection so much, but just going ahead and creating some content, because this is the reality. I live my life like this every single day. You know, and I switch it up. I find ways to switch it up. I want to share some of those ways that I'm switching it up with you. Usually I can go ahead and double tap that. I'm going to just start cooking a little higher so I can start doing it one time. What's another thing about social media that you really want to be aware about? Leaving your phone on at night. Not only leaving it on at night, but especially when you leave the ringer on. The vibrate, the lights, the ones that's flashing, blue light filters, all that stuff. Like, that stuff is important, right? Why? What's happening? Well, besides the radiation damage that you're getting 24/7, having a phone in your ear, off your ear, whether it's Bluetooth or not, you know, now you're doing it while you're in your sleep, and you're actually affecting your sleep patterns. Because if you close your eyes and you go like this, you'll notice that you can actually see something waving. It's a little tough to see what it is because obviously your eyes are closed. But what I'm saying is you know, that lights, especially over time, it is not allowing you to hit REM sleep. REM sleep is very, very important. Okay, REM sleep is very, very important. If you want your body to recover physically from like the workout that I just did, right? I just left the park, just had a workout, haven't been to the gym in 11 months now. I just calculated. Now that July is here, and if you really want to hit REM sleep and recover from workouts properly, you know, go ahead and get your REM sleep, which is going to require you not to have your phone ringing, disturbing your sleep, from it to vibrate. Even if you don't get up, trust me, your body is being affected greatly. You know, now you got your recovery of your mind, your brain. So what the thing that is probably one of the most dangerous things about this cell phone game is your brain, your mind, right? This thing never turns off. It is a computer. It calculates much faster than you know, much faster than you're able to calculate on your own, and it does a lot of the work for you. I mean, think about how many things are happening in your body that's involuntary, right? Your heart rate. It's involuntary. It does it on its own. You got what else? You got blood flow. You don't have to tell your blood to flow, you know, from veins to arteries, from pumping from the heart, from there to there. You don't have to say any of that. Let me get this avocado. That's what I'm talking about. If I had a weakness, Mr. Land O'Lakes is probably that weakness. I love butter. Sure, I'm positive I can go ahead and get things like ghee, you know, keep getting better and better. And I'm working towards it. And that's one of the things that's important about this journey, right? You are where you are, and that's okay. Like, recognize that. You are where you are, and that's okay. Alright, I think these, I love scrambled eggs to that. I love it. I'm gonna go with a little bit of red pepper flakes. Got that right there. Bang. Go ahead and mix that in. A little bit of flavor, you know. There's Indian spices. Big fan of Indian spices. Big fan of real spices in general for anything. Never used to be a spice guy at all. But you could definitely count me in now. So, I'm going to go ahead and drop some of that right on there. I like to go ahead and compress it down. Notice I'm about to eat a lot of eggs today. 6. Alright, so I'll go ahead and press that, and then I got a panini machine that when I reheat this bad boy, get that perfect panini toast on the outside. Nice. Oh, I'm just so greedy. Bang. Bang. So, one of the ways that I was able to start reducing the amount of butter that I use, because I love it so much, put it on one side of the toast. Put the other side of the toast with something healthy like avocado. Right? Okay. That's all set. Get to put that in there. So, I'm actually getting ready to wrap up, because that's my other toast coming. So I'm getting ready to wrap up. This is Coach checking in. You know, I really wanted to show you a little bit of my practices. As for what am I doing when I'm cooking, this is pretty much right after I work out. My body's sore. I'm going to go ahead and stretch a little bit as well after I eat. I did some before I got home, before I left the park, but I'm going to do a little bit more after. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of what my process is like. As for food, outside of that, give you a couple of tips on what's happening with your brain, with your body, with recovery, especially when it comes to social media. And this is a play off or play on from Summit Fitness video that he just put out. I'm subscribed to his channel. You can find him there. M-E-T, Semet. Very close to Kemet. If you're familiar with Kemet, then I know you're on the right page when it comes to real chemistry, melanin, and so much more. So that's a whole nother blog. It's a whole nother topic that I'll go ahead and put up on YouTube soon enough. But for now, Coach checking in.